Guys, is it me, or does it feel like there's only 3 major league teams making significant moves right now? I feel like every major move we see ends with the word Mets, Blue Jays, or Dodgers, and that's really unfair to the other 27 fan bases going through it right now. There are a lot of teams that can only boast a waiver claim or a minor league deal as the most significant move of their offseason, but today I come here trying to provide you guys with a little bit of hope. It's rare, but there's a handful of minor league signings throughout MLB history that provided major dividends to the teams that were willing to take the flyer, and today we're going to look at the best of the best. To start our video, we're going to go back nearly 20 years, so if you enjoyed today's video, make sure you leave a like on it and subscribe to the channel. Let's go. In 2002, Carlos Peña ranked out as a top 5 prospect in all of baseball, but by 2005, he was a mid-season demotion for the Detroit Tigers when his offense and defense hit a serious decline in his age 27 season. After a poor performance in 2006 spring training, Carlos Peña was cut from Detroit's roster entirely, leading to a failed minor league stint with the Yankees and an underwhelming 18-game run with the Red Sox. When the two titans of the AL East division did not find Peña's services useful, it was the bottom feeder of the division that scooped him up instead. After once again nabbing a spring training invite, the Tampa Bay Devil Rays reassigned Carlos Peña to the minor leagues ahead of opening day. But as fate would have it, their original planned first baseman, veteran Greg Norton, would suffer a knee injury just days before the season began. With luck, Carlos Peña snagged an opening day roster spot on the 2007 squad, the final year before their rebrand. But it wasn't smooth sailing from there. A hitless game on May 1st sunk Peña to a batting average below 200 through 54 plate appearances, and with Greg Norton's return looming, the clock was once again ticking on Peña's career. But yet another injury, this time to third baseman Akinori Iwamura, opened up a spot for everyday playing time when first baseman Ty Wigginton was forced to move across the diamond to accommodate the absence. Suddenly, on the brink of demotion again, Carlos Peña was instead thrust into the everyday lineup, where he finally began to thrive and seize his opportunity. Peña ended up hitting .356 in the month of May, clubbing 6 home runs to the tune of a 1.108 OPS in 23 games, which was the third best mark of any hitter in baseball during this month. By the time the Devil Rays were fully healthy, Carlos Peña had fully run away with the first base gig and was on his way to becoming a cornerstone piece of the franchise. Peña saved his most monstrous month for last, breaking franchise records with his red-hot performance in September. His 13 home runs in this month was only outdone by Alfonso Soriano, and his 1.279 OPS was only beaten out by David Ortiz. This helped put a bow on a historic campaign where some of Peña's year-end metrics still rank as the best single-season marks in Rays franchise history. His 1.037 OPS is the highest of any Tampa Bay position player in a single season, as well as his 46 home runs, 121 runs batted in, and 103 walks, staking an easy claim that this was one of the best seasons in franchise history and is still all sprouting from a minor league pact. His .627 slugging clip that year ranked second in all of baseball, trailing only Alex Rodriguez, while those 46 home runs put him in the top 5 as well. Rightfully so, Peña was named the 2007 American League Comeback Player of the Year at season's end. Peña's remarkable breakout season in 2007 led to a very successful Rays tenure. The following year, his 31 home run campaign helped Tampa Bay win their first division title and American League pennant in franchise history. In their improbable championship series victory over the Boston Red Sox, the first baseman hit 3 home runs in 7 games. As it stands, his 163 long balls in the teal uniform has only been surpassed by Evan Longoria, and he also ranks in the top 5 for wins above replacement among some very valuable company. Had their AL East rivals been wise enough to hold on to Peña a little bit longer, who knows if the Rays could have achieved the turnaround in their identity without the help of Carlos Peña. Now we'll push the clock forward 5 years to where an underwhelming 3-year contract was finally coming to a close. Marlon Byrd earned $15 million in his deal with the Cubs, but it ended with a 50-game suspension mid-season for using banned substances. With PED notoriety and declining play hanging over his head, Byrd's market in free agency was understandably quiet entering his age 35 season. The low-spending New York Mets threw him a bone, taking a flyer on Byrd for a minor league deal. Despite his status as a late signing and spring training invite MIT, Byrd not only made the Mets opening day roster, but cracked the lineup as well, collecting 2 hits and 2 runs batted in as the 5-hitter in an 11-2 win. Byrd wouldn't look back from there. With the Mets' underwhelming roster, the veteran outfielder had plenty of runway to find his footing in the blue and orange, and in the summer he began to put up some of the best offensive numbers of his career. Byrd's 900 OPS in June of 2013 was a top 10 mark among all major league outfielders. Then, in July, he'd do it again with an even better number. Even at age 35, Marlon Byrd was still a positive asset defensively in right field, with +9 defensive runs saved and 7 outfield assists in his 2013 campaign. Despite his red-hot bat, the Mets were still nowhere near contention. The club sat 12 games under 500 as early as May 25th and remained there for much of the remaining 2013 season, though Marlon Byrd surprisingly would not be moved at the end of July, delaying his swap to the now defunct waiver deadline. Through the near end of August, Marlon Byrd had posted just shy of 4 WAR in 117 games, clubbing 21 home runs with a healthy .518 slugging mark. As a reward for his fantastic play through 4 months, the Mets flipped Marlon Byrd near that 2013 waiver deadline in late August to the contending Pittsburgh Pirates. And in typical Wilpon Mets fashion, the Mets decided to trade Marlon Byrd on Marlon Byrd bobblehead night. You're hearing that correctly, this is not a story that I made up. After over a decade of play in the show, Marlon Byrd was finally part of a playoff roster when the 2013 Pirates made the postseason as a wildcard team. You could tell that Byrd was long prepared for the moment as he sent a solo home run into the left field stands to break a scoreless tie in his very first postseason at-bat, sending PNC Park into an absolute frenzy. After all, in Byrd's own joking words, this time last year he was unemployed and eating tacos. Byrd hit .364 in 6 games during the Pirates' 6-game October run that year. Overall, the minor league signing of Marlon Byrd that was initially under the radar became one of the best contracts of the 2013 season. He smacked 35 doubles and 24 home runs in an improbable year, posting an OPS 38% better than league average. As it stands, no outfielder aged 35 or older has posted that high of an OPS plus since Byrd in 2013, one of only a dozen such players to accomplish this since 1990. Byrd capitalized on his 2013 season, venturing towards a 2-year, $16 million deal with the Philadelphia Phillies right after. He would play until his age 38 season, just don't look into the ceremonious end to his career. Before we get to the next entry in today's video, I want to thank SeatGeek for sponsoring the Jolly Olive channel today. I know MLB is in its off season, but there's still plenty of things to buy tickets to right now, like NFL playoff games, NBA and NHL regular season games, or if you've got sports fatigue, there's concerts, festivals, Broadway shows, and so much more, and all of it is happening over at SeatGeek. And with promo code JOHNBOY10, you can get 10% off your order right now, whether you're a first-time customer or a long-time customer like myself. SeatGeek's app is incredibly easy to use. They find you the best deal by just highlighting it with a green color as opposed to a red color, so you know you're getting a great offer, and you can go see whatever you're looking to see with whatever friends you're looking to see it with. Download their app right now, use promo code JOHNBOY10, get 10% off your order at checkout, and thank you to SeatGeek for sponsoring today's video. They're the best. You know, it's funny that we talk about Marlon Byrd's tenure with the Mets being so positive, because his most significant act would actually be something that would come to haunt the Mets for a decade to come. Byrd happened to share a clubhouse with an unknown red-headed journeyman utility infielder by the name of Justin Turner. The 28-year-old and Marlon Byrd formed a special bond throughout the season, and Byrd became the primary key figure in helping Turner completely overhaul his offensive approach. The veteran helped Turner completely change his point of contact and the way he shifted his weight during the process of his swing, and it began to produce decent results. But before Justin Turner could fully break out, the New York Mets blindsided him by non-tendering him in the 2013 offseason, even though Turner was only set to make $800,000 in the 2014 campaign. Just hours before the call from Sandy Alderson, Turner was set to represent the Mets at the MLBPA Executive Board meeting in San Diego. There was even credible speculation that the Mets didn't cut Turner just for roster space, but more for a lack of hustle, creating some animosity between the two sides. There was one person in the Mets organization that knew immediately that this was a mistake, and that was the captain of the team, David Wright. You know, sometimes it really felt like he was the only person with a brain on that team.
Outside the snow is falling and friends are calling you who?
After their bench pieces were pillaged off in the offseason, the Dodgers offered Turner a 1-year, $1 million major league contract in January. The only reason that Turner makes it onto today's list is because he failed his physical, causing the Dodgers to reframe their offer to a minor league pack, to which Justin Turner obliged. After hitting .389 in spring training, Turner made the opening day roster for the 2014 Dodgers and set down a warpath of redemption. In the words of a former single-season home run king and then Dodgers hitting coach, Mark McGwire could only thank the Mets for being foolish enough to let Turner go for nothing. When Juan Uribe went down with an injury in late May, Turner was thrust into the everyday lineup as the regular third baseman. He responded by hitting .400 in 21 games in June, only outdone by Jose Altuve's .411 batting average. Turner had forced his way into the lineup and made it impossible for the Dodgers not to play him, even with their roster at full health. In his breakout 2014 season, Turner accumulated 4.1 wins above replacement in just 109 games, playing 3 different major infield positions. He also hit for a red-hot .340 batting average and slashed an OPS that was over 50% better than league average. As we all know, Justin Turner became a Dodgers franchise face for the next decade after this successful minor league agreement. In 2015, after another quality season, Turner hit .526 with 6 doubles in 5 playoff games against his old team in the 2015 National League Division Series. You cannot even begin to understand the fear that went into this 16-year-old's heart every time that red-headed monster stepped up to the plate. In over 1,000 games for the Dodgers, Turner clubbed 156 home runs with an .865 OPS, good for a 136 weighted runs created plus, which was the second best mark among qualified third basemen in this near 10-year window. I think you can safely call this one of the best minor league signings in Major League history, if not the best. Also, you guys know me, I'm a gluttony for pain, so let's add one more painful wrinkle to this story. Do you guys recall the play that David Wright hurt his spine on in this meaningless game against the Houston Astros where he dove to third base to get Carlos Lee out? It was actually Justin Turner's errant throw at second base that caused David Wright to reach over, grab the ball, and end up making the play that would shorten his career. I don't know why I do this to myself. While Turner was easily the best entry on today's list, our last entry is arguably the most unlikely. After just 9 innings pitched for the Angels in 2013, right-handed pitcher Ryan Brasier underwent Tommy John surgery, a tale that many pitchers undergo early in their career. This would cause him to miss the next season entirely, except this didn't seem to be a standard Tommy John recovery timeline, as Brasier would miss a far more substantial amount of games compared to other pitchers with similar injuries. After missing all of 2014, he'd missed the 2015 regular season as well under a minor league deal with the Oakland A's, going on to pitch 46 games for their AAA affiliate in 2016 before a stint in Japan. After debuting at age 25, Ryan Brasier would not resurface at the major league level until his age 30 campaign in 2018. After a showcase in January, the Boston Red Sox inked Ryan Brasier to a minor league flyer a couple of months later and stashed him in Pawtucket at AAA. Ryan Brasier finally got the call in July, and his scoreless inning on July 9th against the Texas Rangers marked his first outs recorded in just shy of 5 years. Brasier kicked off his return to MLB action with 8 consecutive scoreless appearances and was so good that the Red Sox opted to keep him on the roster as opposed to trading for another reliever at the deadline. Brasier would finish his abridged 2018 season with a sparkling 1.60 ERA and 33 2/3 innings pitched. His 0.77 whip ranked as the third best mark of any pitcher who eclipsed 30 innings pitched that year. Brasier is fondly remembered for his playoff heroics most of all, though. He put together 7 consecutive scoreless appearances in the Red Sox' first 8 playoff games, only allowing 1 earned run on their World Series run altogether. His most iconic moment, where he barked at Gary Sanchez of the rival Yankees to get back in the batter's box, ended with a strikeout and a roar from the Boston faithful. The Red Sox won 6 of the 9 playoff games that Brasier pitched in, and the side-arming right-hander would go on to pitch 6 seasons total with the Boston Red Sox. Though there were certainly some lows after the high of their 2018 World Series victory, most Red Sox fans remember Brasier's surprise resurgence with affection. And that'll do it for my list for the best minor league signings in Major League history. Let me know of any ideas you have in the comment section down below, because I'm just itching to do a part 2 to this video. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like on the video and subscribe to my channel. I'd really appreciate it. That'll do it for me though, and I'll see you guys next time.